I lost 40 pounds in 3 months. And the crazy part, I was actually eating more food than before, because instead of trying to destroy my body into losing weight, I fixed my metabolism. Meanwhile, most of you accidentally do the exact opposite. You slow your metabolism down, then wonder why fat loss feels impossible. Let me fix that. You're trying to lose weight and do everything that wrecks your metabolism. You slash calories into oblivion. You spam cardio 6 days a week. You cut carbs, fats, and even happiness. And then the second you even look at a slice of pizza, half the weight comes back like it was hiding behind the couch the whole time. Because here's what I wish someone told me 5 years ago. Your metabolism is not some fixed setting you're born with. It's a dial, and you can crank it up or crash it down. And most people are doing the second one without realizing it. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 upgrades that completely changed my metabolism and helped me lose 40 pounds without ruining my life. And at the end, I'll also give you the exact plan to actually put all of this into practice. But first, let me quickly explain how your metabolism works. Because once this clicks, you'll never look at fat loss the same way. Your metabolism is basically a car, and like any car, how much fuel it burns depends on a few key things. First, the size of the engine. A giant V8 burns more fuel than a tiny 4-cylinder, even when both cars are just sitting at a red light doing nothing. Second, the type of fuel you put in the tank. Cheap gas versus premium. Cheap fuel still runs until eventually the engine starts having problems. Premium fuel, much smoother. Third, how much you drive it. The more you drive around, the more fuel you burn. Fourth, how hard you drive. Cruising at a steady pace, it burns fuel differently than flooring it like you stole the car. So all 4 of those things together decide how much fuel your body burns every day. That's your metabolism. The engine is your basal metabolic rate, the calories you burn just by existing. The fuel itself, that's the thermic effect of food, which means the calories your body burns just by processing food. The miles you drive, that's your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is just a fancy way of saying the calories burned doing random human stuff. Walking around, standing up, and pacing around the kitchen at 11 p.m., pretending you're not looking for snacks. And finally, how hard you drive is the calories you burn while doing your exercise activity, like your workouts. 4 parts, 4 levers, and you can upgrade all 4. And this is also the easiest way to understand the difference between a slow and a fast metabolism. Imagine 2 cars. One is your grandma's tiny little car that leaves the driveway twice a month to buy soup. The other is a F1 car doing laps all day. Which one burns more fuel? Exactly. So forget magic pills. Here's how I upgraded all 4 levers to drop 40 pounds. The first upgrade I focused on was building a bigger engine, because here's the part most people completely misunderstand about metabolism. Every pound of muscle on your body burns more calories even at rest, because your body still has to maintain that muscle, and maintenance costs energy. So the more muscle you carry, the more calories your body naturally burns 24/7. That's why 2 people can eat the exact same amount of food, and one gains weight while the other stays lean. Now I'll be honest with you, this is not a fast upgrade. Muscle takes time to build, but ignoring it is the biggest mistake people make when trying to lose weight. Because there is a trap. When you just starve yourself or rely on cardio without lifting, you're not just losing fat, you're shrinking your engine, meaning you're losing muscles too. So you also downgrade your fuel burning system. And now your engine is even smaller than when you started. So the second you eat normally again, weight comes flying back. That's why while losing weight, I trained 3 to 4 times a week. The goal wasn't to burn calories during my workouts, it was to protect and build the engine. Upgrade number 2, the fuel. Again, think about a car for a second. You can technically pour cheap fuel into it. The car will still move, but eventually, the engine runs worse. Performance drops, things start breaking. Food works the exact same way. You can run your body on ultra-processed food, but you'll be slower, hungrier, more bloated, and constantly fighting cravings. So here's the rule I locked in. Eat better fuel, not less fuel. And there are 2 parts to this. First, the macronutrients themselves, because different foods don't burn the same amount of calories during digestion. That's called the thermic effect. Carbs, your body burns about 5 to 10% of those calories just digesting them. Fats, 0 to 3%, basically nothing. Protein, your body burns up to 30% of the calories just breaking it down. Free metabolism boost, built into every meal. So I bumped my protein up to around 1.6 grams to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. Suddenly I was less hungry, less obsessed with snacks, recovering faster from workouts, and quietly burning more calories without trying. The second part is what I had to stop eating, and this is where it gets ugly. The problem isn't junk food. Everyone knows pizza isn't a healthy food. The problem is the ultra-processed food disguised as healthy. The high-protein snacks, the low-fat yogurts, the natural granola bars. Flip those over, and the ingredient list looks like a chemistry exam, full of seed oils and additives with names like E102. Why does my snack sound like a Star Wars droid? That stuff doesn't just add calories, it messes with your metabolism, it triggers cravings hours later. And I had no idea how bad it was until I found Bloom, because reading every label is exhausting. You're standing in the grocery store for 20 minutes squinting at microscopic ingredient lists, trying to decode words that sound like Wi-Fi passwords. Bloom makes checking ingredients as easy as snapping a picture. Take a photo or scan the barcode of your healthy snack. Wait 2 seconds. And it instantly tells you the truth. Hidden sugars, preservatives, seed oils, all the fake, healthy ingredients quietly wrecking your metabolism behind the scenes. Then it gives the product an overall health score, so you instantly know if it's actually good or just good marketing. And even if you're not at the grocery store scanning labels like an undercover FBI agent, Bloom has a full food database built directly into the app. You just search the product, tap it, open the score breakdown, instant reality check. And here's why I trust it. Their food database is covering thousands of products, all independently tested with 0 paid placements, so no brand can buy a good score. The score is the score. Once you start scanning, you realize half the healthy protein snacks are basically junk food wearing gym clothes. So if you want to stop accidentally sabotaging your metabolism and finally know what you're actually putting into your body, hit the link in the description to download Bloom and use code CAPTAIN for 3 days free. Now back to the next upgrade, because this is the upgrade most people ignore immediately, because it's not flashy enough. You want the big workout, the grind, the sweat. Meanwhile, one of the most underrated metabolism boosters on Earth is basically walking around more. Seriously. In car terms, the more miles you put on the engine, the more fuel you burn, and your body works the exact same way. It's called NEAT, for non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or in normal human language, the calories burned doing random life stuff. Walking, standing, taking stairs, going outside instead of becoming one with your office chair. For most people, this little upgrade is the difference between staying stuck and actually losing fat, because a few hundred extra calories burned every single day quietly stack up for weeks and months into pounds of fat lost. So during my 40-pound transformation, I made this part stupidly simple. I just started walking everywhere, after meals, while on phone calls, to the grocery store instead of driving, park at the back of the lot. My steps went from like 2,000 a day to 10,000 without changing my schedule. And the scale started moving faster than when I was doing brutal cardio. The best part? Walking doesn't require willpower. You're not gassed afterward. You're not destroying your knees. You're not coming home craving 800 calories of carbs. You just walk, and the fat melts off. And now here's the upgrade where most guys go full self-destruction mode. They think harder equals better. More cardio, brutal hit 6 days a week, with no rest, and flooring the gas every single session. Now imagine driving your car at 90 miles per hour every single day, every trip, every commute. Sure, you burn fuel fast, but you also destroy the car. That's exactly what people do with exercise. And then they wonder why they're exhausted, starving, sleeping like garbage, and quitting after 3 weeks. And here's the biggest misconception in fitness. Exercise isn't the calorie burner, it's the biggest recovery demand. The harder you train, the more your body needs to recover. And if your body's stuck in recovery mode 24/7, cortisol goes up, hunger goes up, sleep gets worse, and fat loss stalls. So instead of training like a maniac, I trained smart. A few hard sets, a few quality lifts, just enough to push the muscles and burn calories without trashing my body. 3 to 4 sessions. Focus on the big lifts and progressive overload. No 2-hour gym sessions, no making cardio a religion. Because fat loss isn't about how hard you can crush yourself this week. It's about what you can recover from and repeat consistently for months. Because the people who win long term aren't the ones sprinting for 2 weeks. They're the ones still moving 6 months later. And once I finally understood that, everything became way simpler. So here's the exact framework I used to lose 40 pounds in 3 months. Month 1, walk more and eat real food with high protein. Just lock those 2 in. Month 2, add 3 workout sessions a week. Keep walking. Keep eating clean. Slow and sustainable progress. Month 3, just stay consistent. By now, you've upgraded all 4 parts of your engine. Fat is dropping. Muscle is showing up. You're not dieting, you just live differently now. That's the whole playbook. Most people try to fix their metabolism by sprinting harder in a broken car. The smart move? Upgrade the car. If you've been killing yourself with cardio, starving yourself with crash diets, and still not seeing results, now you know why. Stop fighting your body. Start working with it.